Welcome to Unleashing Happiness. I am your host, Cecilia Hendricks, and today we are going to jump into reading the final chapter of Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. We're going to talk about the ways that you can embody being the person that you want to be through your feeling, your attention, and understanding your own I am. Thank you for joining me for this mindset motivation. Today, I'm going to be reading the final chapter of Neville Goddard's Feeling is a Secret. If you have not been joining me and you are new to the podcast, first, welcome. But second, you can actually go back for the past 3 Mondays for this Monday mindset motivation. I've been reading from Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret, and then also providing my personal views on how to use his teachings in your life in a very practical way, with actions that you can take each day to align yourself to the type of person that you want to be. And my understanding of these teachings and also other teachings is that really what you're doing is looking to shift your identity to be the person that you want to be. So you are moving your own self-concept more into embodying this type of life that you want to lead and being the person that you want to be. Someone who sees himself as fit and in shape and healthy and takes care of themselves is going to behave differently than someone who self-identifies as lazy and unhealthy and in pain and just doesn't feel good all the time. And the more that I leaned into these actual feelings that I have each and every day and the way that I can feel that I'm the type of person that I want to be and start to shift my identity, I started to see a lot more open up into my life. It was like my way and process of being able to connect the teachings to my daily habits, the way that I was behaving, the routines and the habits that I was keeping. And it really started to make a lot of sense and put these like missing pieces of the puzzle together for me. And I started having much more success just in my life, the relationships that I had, the money that was coming into my life. And I really wanted to start sharing that out with others. Neville Goddard has always been the teacher that I've resonated with quite a bit. I started reading his content back in 2019, and at first it made no sense to me. I really struggled to understand what the heck he was talking about. So I turned to online forums to try to understand a bit more and to have other people explain the teachings to me. And I very quickly got overwhelmed with the amount of information that was available, especially because at the time I was more into the Reddit community, and it seemed like there was some very drastic understandings of his teachings, and maybe taking the teachings to a level that I don't believe that they should be taken to at this point. And you see this kind of a lot online. And I felt like I was getting too much information and I was trying to emulate other people too much. So I wanted to know exactly how they did something so that I could follow along exactly how they did it. But I was so focused on this external thing, this thing that this other person did, that I wasn't actually making the changes within my own life. I wasn't actually changing my identity. Instead, at that point, my identity was somebody who wanted to change. And so I just stayed in that cycle of chasing this future self of myself that I couldn't even figure out what it looked like or what it would feel like or how I would embody that. So when I centered myself back into his teachings and actually doing the things that would change my identity, change the person that I was, change the life that I was leading, everything started to open back up for me. And trust me, I realized that I am also one of the people online giving my opinion and giving out information of like my understanding and my perspectives. And I don't think it's bad to get other perspectives as long as you take the information and go do something with it. And as long as you find someone that you can trust and that you feel is sharing the information from a good intended place, and also sharing the information in a way that has actually worked for them, not something that they're attempting to do now. And one of the best places to start, in my opinion, again, is with his actual books and going back to the information that he wrote. He put it all there for you. And there's tons of teachers. If Neville is not the one that you resonate with the most, there is plenty of folks out there, even, modern day, like Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins, both teach very positive mindset, how to shift your identity, Dr. Joe Dispenza is another really good teacher on how to break the habit of being yourself and change the type of habits that you have and the routines that you're following. But then there's also, Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Emmett Fox. There's a ton of people out there that you can figure out who really resonates with you, because things could be different for you than they are for me. What I'm able to do and what works for me may not work the same for you. Like, I don't visualize very well. I can see bits and pieces of things, but it's more that I know I can see it than I can actually see it. I don't have a visual type of feeling in my head. I don't see something. I can hear voices pretty well. Like, I can emulate somebody's voice in my head pretty well, but I don't see something. And so that could be different for you. And it's because we're each our own unique, special, beautiful person who has all these wonderful gifts. And you should really lean into the gift that you were given to have the type of life that you want. So if you're able to visualize, lean into the visualization. If you're able to really think about what it would feel like to texturally feel something, lean into that. You can use any of your senses. But the important thing is to figure out what works for you. So you can take this information that you get from others, but just start to incorporate it into your own life. Look at the habits that you're maintaining each and every day. Which ones are actually in opposition of the person that you want to be, and which ones are in alignment with the person that you want to be? And how can you make tweaks within your day? And I've got tons of episodes on that. And that's definitely more of my Wednesday episodes if you're looking for something. Mondays, I really lean into sharing motivational information. Let's get our week kicked off on the right foot. Let's be really high vibration and feeling good and just excited about what's to come. And it's just a good day to ground in the teachings of the metaphysical and making sure that you're really focusing on your mindset and the way that you're behaving. So today we are going to round out the final chapter of Feeling is the Secret. It's definitely one of my favorite books by Neville, but I've got quite a few of them. And again, when I first read this book, it made absolutely no sense to me. So the reason why I decided to do this series was hopefully to help if you're struggling to understand how to implement it into your life or understand what is being shared, that you can hear kind of my opinion on it. Go back and read it yourself for sure. I will link the book down below. There's a website that's got all of the books listed and you can listen to them in audio form. That's how I listened to it and it helped me quite a bit. So I'll make sure that that's linked below. So I do recommend that you go back then and read the chapters on your own and decide, like, do I agree with what Cecilia is saying? Do I see it a little bit different? What kind of perspective do you have? Because your perspective and what stands out to you can and will change. I've read his content back quite a few times. And what I've realized over the years is that the first time I read it, different things stood out to me and like made sense to me and connected in my brain than what does now. And it's because I've changed, right? My state has changed. My identity has changed. I'm a different person now than I was when I first read it. I'm still myself. I still have a lot of core values and beliefs and focus and love for my life the same way that I did then. But then there's other areas that are just better. And my mental well-being is different. And the way that I see the world is different. And the way that I experience my emotions is different. And so the things that stand out to me now are completely different than the things that stood out to me the first or second or even third time that I read the book. And I find that so neat that I can actually see the way that my own perspective has changed over the years. I can tell the differences that have come up for me in the way that I see the world and the teachings. And it's just really neat to see. So after listening to this, please definitely use the link to go and read the chapter yourself. You may want to listen to it on the audio version. It's completely up to you, but I would definitely go back and read it. And all of this is available for free online. And so I don't forget what else is available for free online is that I have launched a masterclass series on my YouTube channel. I will link that down below as well. There's 3 videos out. There's some more content coming out this week that is in line with the same masterclass. It's for creating a life that you love. And it really is giving you the building blocks in a very step-by-step transformational process so that you can take the information that I have and put it into your life today, and it's all kind of together, so you don't have to wait, for episodes or kind of search for bits and pieces of information. So there's 3 masterclasses that are available on my YouTube channel. I'll link the playlist down below if you'd like to check that out. There is a free workbook. You can find that link down below as well. It will follow along all 3 of the episodes that are out, and then has like a journal that's kind of in there as well. So there's information plus a journal so that you can follow kind of these step-by-steps processes and techniques that I have so that you can start seeing some changes in your life. So I will have all of that linked below. It is completely free and available to you. So I hope that you will enjoy that. Definitely let me know what you think. You can email me at unleashinghappiness@ceciliahendricks.com, or on YouTube, you can just leave a note in the comments. So let's go ahead and jump into Feeling is the Secret, Chapter 4, which is called Spirit Feeling. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Get into the spirit of the state desired by assuming the feeling that would be yours, were you already the one you want to be. As you capture the feeling of the state sought, you are relieved of all effort to make it so, for it is already so. There is a definite feeling associated with every idea in the mind of man. Capture the feeling associated with your realized wish by assuming the feeling that would be yours, were you already in possession of the thing you desire, and your wish will objectify itself. Faith is feeling. According to your faith, be it unto you. You never attract that which you want, but always that which you are. As man is, so does he see. To him that hath it shall be given, and to him that hath not it shall be taken away. That which you feel yourself to be, you are, and you are given that which you are. So assume the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of your wish, and your wish must be realized. Instead of believing in God or in Jesus, believe you are God or you are Jesus. He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. Should be, he that believes as I believe, the works that I do shall he do also. Jesus found it not strange to do the works of God, because he believed himself to be God. I and my Father are one. It is natural to do the works of the one you believe yourself to be. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be and that you shall be. When a man believes in the value of the advice given him and applies it, he establishes himself the reality of success. So the way that I've always taken this chapter, and that's the whole chapter, it's a very short one, but the way that I've always taken this chapter is it's a reminder that in order for you to embody and be this person that you want to be, you need to actually be it. You're not going to be a healthy person if you don't believe yourself as healthy. You're not going to be a wealthy person if you don't see yourself as wealthy. You're not going to be a happy, upbeat, fun, cheerful person if you don't see yourself that way now, if you don't believe those things are true of yourself. You actually cannot be anything that you don't believe that you are. And I think that's one of the things that really hit me is that it's okay to have an expectation. It's okay to think I'm working towards this and I'm starting to embody this person and move myself into this state. I don't think there's any issue with that. I don't think there's an issue with feeling the expectation that something is coming for you. But if you feel yourself to be someone that is in complete opposition of what the life that you want to lead, you're going to continue to be that person. Like you can only be what you believe of yourself. And your actions, the things that you naturally are inclined to do each day, the thoughts and the feelings and the beliefs that you're inclined to continue are going to be aligned with what you believe of yourself. And when I stopped and really thought about that, that's what really kind of opened up a lot of this to me. And a big understanding was I can only believe what I see as true of myself. I can only be what I believe of myself, I guess is a better way to say that. And so when you start to embody this type of person, where you start to change your habits to align to this type of person, you are being that person. And that's when you start to see the changes in your life. That's when you start to actually become the person that you want to be. And I want to talk really quick about Neville saying to see yourself as God and as Jesus, because this is something that I think comes up in this community quite a lot, where people are like, what the heck is this? There's two fields that I've noticed that are very drastic. I'm sure there's people in the middle like myself as well. But the two very drastic ones are people who say, this is absolutely ridiculous. I am not God. I am not going to say that I am God. That's blasphemy. And there's the other people who say, I am God. I can do whatever I want. I should be able to snap my fingers and have whatever I want. And I actually believe something in the middle. We are all connected through this universal source truth, and that is God, in my opinion. This is like how I see it. This is my belief. God is the universe. God embodies everything. And we try to put God into kind of a human understanding of constraint. And that's not going to be able to explain God, because God is so beyond that. God is everything that we see. God is everything that we experience. And if God is all of those things, then God is also me. I am a fragmented piece of God. That doesn't mean that I am broken. It just means that there's so many other ones as well. I believe that we are here to experience physical reality. I don't know why. I'm not sure what it is that our souls are growing into and how it all kind of connects, but I do believe that it all connects. So whatever I say is true of myself, I'm also saying that it's true of God. And I want to put out into the world all the wonderful things. I want to put out compassion and empathy and feeling and love and forgiveness, because I believe that I am part of God, and I believe that you are part of God. And because of that, we are connected in some sort of way that I don't understand. But I can still feel that connection. I can still feel love and care for every human being that's on this earth. And that even extends to animals. I think everything that is on this earth, everything that is in this universe is God. And so when you have that outpouring and you're connecting with people and you're putting out into the world the things that you want to see, and you are appreciating you as this beautiful piece of the universe, and you have this wonderful perspective that is owned by only you, it's just this really amazing, eye-opening experience to say, wow, we are all connected, and I have a place in this. I have an importance in this. I'm doing stuff now that is affecting the world, whether I see it or not. When you can start to spend your life looking at it that way, how do I want to embody what I put out to the world? What is it that I want to leave this world with? Just start to kind of think about those things. This has been how it has been for me. This has been the thought process that I've had. And I realized that I want to put out into the world the way I want to be treated. And I think that's where the golden rule comes from. Treat others the way that you wish to be treated, because you're going to get that back. It's you reap what you sow. And so when I see the words that we are God, it's because we are part of this universal source, this life source, and everything is connected in some sort of way that I'm not going to understand in my human form. I just don't think I'm going to, but I do firmly believe that we are all connected and that we are here to experience life. And I want to experience the good parts. I want to focus on the good parts. I want to pay attention to the flowers and how the wind feels and the sunshine and what it's like to sit and just pet my dog and enjoy my day. I want to experience laughter with my children. I want to help other people and lift them up and make them feel good. Those are the things that I want to put out into the world. I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel good about the person that I am. I want to love myself and appreciate myself. And I can do that with my attention and the way that I'm feeling and the spirit that I'm connecting with. So with that, I leave you this beautiful Monday morning. I hope that you enjoyed my readings of Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. I will definitely be back next week. I don't know what I'm going to jump into next. If you have some ideas, definitely, if you're listening on YouTube, leave them in the comments. If you're listening on the podcast, you can send me a note, unleashinghappiness@ceciliahendricks.com. But I'm trying to think of which one I'm going to do next. I don't know if I'll do another Neville Goddard book or if I'd like to lean into something else for a couple weeks. But I definitely hope that you have a beautiful day and an absolutely beautiful week. And I will be back on Wednesday with my regular episodes. Thank you so much again for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, definitely please share it out with your network. That is truly one of the best compliments that you can give me. And if you have a moment, if you could please rate and review the episode, that definitely helps me get out to more people.